Good evening everyone and welcome back to another session of daily one-liners. So let's start. Defamiliarization. Defamiliarization is a term coined by Viktor Slobsky in his essay Art as Technique. Later on, this Art as Technique, this is the work that got translated as Art as Device. That is written in 1917 by Viktor Slobsky. So what is this defamiliarization? Defamiliarization is nothing but a simple concept. Here Slobsky is talking about the differentiation between the language of art and language of ordinary people. So according to Slobsky, the language of art should be different than the ordinary language that the ordinary people use generally. So in defamiliarization, Slobsky is talking about the defamiliarization of the aspects. Defamiliarization of the aspects, making the aspects unnatural or unknown with the help of the artificial techniques, the techniques related to the art. So making a known thing unknown or making a known thing mysterious with the help of the poetic language, making a common thing, ordinary thing mysterious or uncommon with the poetic language. So that is called defamiliarization, where Viktor Slobsky is differentiating the language of art and the language used by common people. Viktor Slobsky is associated with the Russian formalism. We all know that. Next, he is writing another important book, Theory of Prose, in 1925. Next, we are going to understand economic determinism and dialectical materialism. These are the concepts related to Karl Marx. Karl Marx has given those concepts. Economic determinism means the economical background that determines everything. Economical background that is mainly dominated by the production culture, the manufacturing culture, and that is mainly determines the other factors like culture and everything. Culture, the beliefs, the thoughts, the ideas of the persons. So economy is working as a determiner of everything. Economic is determining everything. And dialectical materialism is talking about actually three concepts: thesis, antithesis, and these two contradictory ideas are leading to synthesis. Thesis, antithesis, that are leading to synthesis. Dialectical materialism actually goes deep into understanding how the society is getting divided between two ideals, how the conflicts are arising in a society. So dialectical materialism thinks that two ideologies are getting involved. One is thesis and one is antithesis, and these are leading to a synthesis. The society is getting balanced, and after that the synthesis is leading to another conflict. The synthesis is leading to another thesis and antithesis, another thesis, and that is being opposed by the antithesis, and thus these two are colliding again, and again the society is getting into balance and the synthesis is being created. So this is actually related to the social struggles. Next, we are going to understand the two writings. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, they both together wrote these two books: the Communist Manifesto, published in 1848, and Das Kapital, published in 1867. We need to remember the years so that we can arrange them chronologically. And this Das Kapital has been written in 3 volumes. Next, we are going to understand Theodor Adorno. He is also associated with the Marxist ideology. Theodor Adorno and Max Horkheimer, these are the two personalities. They both have written this book, Dialectic of Enlightenment. Dialectic of Enlightenment, this is the name of the book, published in 1947. And here we are getting the term cultural industry. So cultural industry is a term coined by Theodor Adorno and Max Horkheimer. In which book? In the book named Dialectic of Enlightenment, published in 1947. Now, what is cultural industry? Actually, this cultural industry means culture working as industry. Industry where goods are getting produced. And what are those goods? The goods related to the culture, beliefs, and ideologies. And these goods are getting spreaded by the mass media. Suppose we are the goods coming out of the cultural industry that we consume daily are the films, the magazines, the newspapers, the radio telecasts, and everything. These are the goods produced by the cultural industry, and this cultural industry produces those goods to manipulate the people. And here the bourgeois community, the capitalistic the people with capitalistic ideologies, they are getting benefited, and people are getting manipulated. People are getting passive, people are getting docile, people are losing their their courage to fight against those power structures. So these are cultural industry is producing the goods. Cultural industry is producing some goods to manipulate the public, and the cultural industry is producing the goods to manipulate the public, and these productions were getting spreaded by the mass media. So here we are getting the connection with the popular culture also. Here we are getting the concept of popular culture also. Popular culture is playing a very important, a very vital role in manipulating people's ideologies, people's beliefs, people's acts, and everything. So that is cultural industry. Culture is working as an industry. Culture is working as an industry. So that was the concept. Now, historical materialism. This is the term coined by Karl Marx, where he is judging history with the materialistic approach. Karl Marx says that history could be understood with the economical background of that time. Economical background of the time would reveal the true historical background. That is the concept given by Karl Marx. Now we are going to understand the Frankfurt School. Frankfurt School was associated with the Institution for Social Research at Goethe University, Frankfurt. In 1929, founded in the Weimar Republic. So it is an institution mainly associated with social research of Goethe University, Frankfurt. So who are those members associated with the Frankfurt School? Herbert Marcuse, Theodor Adorno, Walter Benjamin, Erich Fromm, and Max Horkheimer. They follow the critical theory. So the critical theory is a theory mainly followed by the Frankfurt School, the members of the Frankfurt School. So critical theory is going against the power structures of the society. It is analyzing the power structures, it is revealing the power structures, and also challenging the power structures of the society. Critical theory is also talking about the mass media, mass communications, the popular culture, and how they are manipulating the society, the people in the society, and how the capitalistic ideals are getting spreaded, and they are silently manipulating the people. So this critical theory is going against the power structures in the society. Now there are two other concepts in Marxism: hegemony and false conscious. Hegemony is a kind of oppression that is done with the consent of the group that is being oppressed. Hegemony is a kind of oppression where people don't understand that we are getting oppressed by a certain group. People give consent, and with the consent, the capitalistic ideology, the people with capitalistic ideology, they are actually oppressing people with their own consent, and people are not getting that. Hegemony is such a kind of concept, mainly given by whom? Please comment in the comment box. Yesterday I have asked two questions, and that were, one was who has written Prometheus Bound. Prometheus Bound is probably a kind of poetry collection. It was a poetry collection by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. No one has given that answer. And after that, I have asked that Modern Prometheus, that is the subtitle of which novel? And the answer would be Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. So today's question is, hegemony is a concept given by whom? And false conscious. False conscious, this is kind of consciousness that people grow against the capitalistic ideology, against the people belonging to the capitalistic ideologies. People think that the capitalistic ideologies are actually working for our own development. The people in the power, they are working for our own development. People who run the economy, they are working for our development, but that is not at all. So false consciousness is giving that concept. These are all related to the Marxist ideologies. These are all concepts related to the Marxism and form. This is a book, and another one is Postmodern or Cultural Logic of Late Capitalism, 1991. This is a book. These are two books by Frederick Jameson. Books written by Frederick Jameson. Here Frederick Jameson, he draws out the differences between mindsets of postmodernism and modernism by comparing Van Gogh's present shoes with. So this is the book, Postmodernism or Cultural Logic of Late Capitalism. This is the book written by Frederick Jameson, and in this book he is differentiating the ideas of postmodernism and modernism. How he is comparing or differentiating? With the help of two books. One is Van Gogh's Present Shoes, and the another book is Andy Warhol's Diamond Dust Shoes. Andy Warhol's Diamond Dust Shoes. So these are the two books with which Frederick Jameson is actually comparing and differentiating postmodernism and modernism. Okay, so that was all for today. We are going to meet tomorrow.